Hi guys, it's Kyarko here, back with another speed build. In this speed build, I am building a restaurant, and this is actually a restaurant for like a pizza place. And the concept behind this is that it's going to be like a pizza place that kind of has like a music and entertainment area towards it. So it's like you can go and you can eat pizza, and then there's like live entertainment there. That was kind of the idea behind this. It actually took me a while to get a sense of what this build was going to be. I actually did like 4 different test builds before this, just trying to figure out like what I was gonna do. Because basically this build stemmed from a piece of custom content that I got, or actually a custom content set called the Retail Therapy Set, and you can find that on my Tumblr, which will be linked down below. But basically it's a set that came with like a lot of like promotional material, what's it called? Like a branded material for like retail stores. Like it had what's it called, an awning, the things that go over the windows, and like little signs and stuff for stores. And I was just kind of like scrolling through them and the different brands that it had in there. I think they were made up. They might be real brands, I'm not sure. But I just really like the look of it, so I wanted to do a retail build with that piece of custom content. And this is kind of what came out of it. And as you can see, that's the set there. It has some signs and those window things, and then a garage door that's painted, and a lot of the swatches match up, so you can have like a fully fledged branded business. So I really like this set. Again, it took me a while to get a sense of what I was gonna do, because there were so many different signs and they all look so cool, and they were for different stores. There's like vintage signs and like signs for cafes and stuff. So I was just kind of nailing down what exactly I wanted to build. And I really like this sign that said Quincy Hall, and then says Pints and Pizza, and I was like, oh, I'll make it like a little pizza place. And that's what I ended up doing. And then I just went and incorporated a live entertainment area within, because that's just kind of the vibe I wanted to go for. So this build is built in Windenburg, though it doesn't really have any like European inspiration behind it in particular. I'm not sure what the style of architecture is. I was just kind of playing around with shapes and, thinking about what like a cool little retail lot could look like. And I'm actually pretty happy with it. I had a lot of fun making this build. I was also testing out these new windows that I got, which I believe are from the creator Peacemaker. And you can also find these on my Tumblr. So if there's any custom content from this build that you like, just check out the link below and you should be able to find it. So I built a little upstairs area here that's for the public bathroom, and also has like the owner's office in the back there. I didn't really want this space to be, or that upstairs space to be super like an important part of this public space. I wanted the hub to be like downstairs in that little outside area. But you'll see what we do with that later. So here I am just setting up like lighting. I liked those lights because it reminded me of like stage lights. So I had those point towards the direction where I thought the performance would be. And then here I am just putting in all my walls and flooring. I usually do that first just so I feel like I had the architecture done, and then I do the interior design. That's just kind of how I operate. I believe I started the kitchen. I used these counters, which I really liked, with the concrete tops. It just matched what I was going for with, the brick walls and the concrete floors. I don't know what you would call this style that I went for. It's like industrial vintage mixed with, I don't know. Just let me know what you think of what this style ends up being, like the entirety of this build. I mixed a lot of different things together. So it's a little bit eclectic in that way. But I feel like I got some sort of unison down. Here I am just putting in this wall divider. I really like the idea of this stairway kind of being behind this divider, because again, I didn't want it to be like a main part of the build. And usually when I go to restaurants and stuff, like the door to the bathroom or whatever hallway that goes there is usually kind of tucked away. It's not really a really big part of the architecture of retail spaces, so I just kind of hid it behind those with dividers. But here I am just decorating the kitchen, just throwing in some pots and pans and little things here and there, just to give some sense that there's action going on in the space. I don't think this is a realistic commercial kitchen by any means. There's not even like a pizza oven, but you know, it's a game. It's fine. It looks good. I think it looks good. Here I'm just setting up some tables. I kind of wanted this space to work where there would be tables in the back in front of some couches, and then in front of the couches would be a entertainment space. And I put those little wine guide posters up there because I thought those were pretty on brand for what this space is going for. And then here I am just setting up the couch spaces. I go with a configuration that has like this L couch you'll see, and then I end up scrapping it later. But here I am just messing around with the L couch idea for a hot sec. I do abandon this, so please don't grow attached to it. Here I'm just testing out some couches. I end up going with these nice brown couches. I really like the leather look, and they're kind of like vintagey but not super old looking. So here I am just changing that configuration. So there are those couches. And then I love this chair. I just got this chair. I talked about this in my build yesterday. I adore that chair, and I think I just put it there because I inherently felt the need to use it because it's so beautiful. But I do end up scrapping it because I didn't feel like it went with the look I was going for here. It was a little bit too vintage for me for this design, I think. So here I am just setting up what I imagined would be the entertainment space. I really wish this game came with like a drum set. I know there's drum sets custom content. I just didn't download any because I didn't know that this is what I would be doing before I started my game. But I may do with some guitars and a microphone. I think it looks enough like some sort of entertainment space that it's satisfactory to me. I ended up using these chairs instead. They still have the vintage look and the orange I was going for, but they also looked a little bit more updated than the chair I was using before. Put in a little coffee table so people can sit down, you know, their pizza and their drinks and stuff. And then I put a little flower vase on top of there. It matches the flowers on the tables in the back, but it's like a different like vase and setup for them. So I kind of liked that similarity between those flowers. And here I'm just putting in some chairs. I ended up using these really skinny small chairs because the space is kind of tight here. And I figured having smaller chairs would be better so people could move around pretty easily. And then over here, I thought about putting tables. I just didn't really like how it looked, so I ended up putting in some benches, and then just made this a little walkway space. So I used these benches that match the color of the couches, and then I put a little coffee table in the middle there that has a light and then some books. I guess they'd more be magazines. That'd probably make more sense. Not necessarily books, but they look like books. I don't know. It's just a waiting space so people can chill while they're waiting for a table, or people can sit there and watch the entertainment while they're waiting to be seated. It took me a sec to figure out where I was going to put the reception. I put it over here under the stairs so people can walk right in through that back door and then just meet the hostess and get seated. I wanted to put a cash register on top of this it looks like a bar, I know that, but it's actually not a bar. It's a reception desk piece of custom content. But for some reason, I could not get the cash register on there, even though I tried. You saw me just finagling with it a lot. Just couldn't make it work. So I just ended up putting a computer there, and then a light there on the side, to give the impression that, I don't know, they're looking at reservations, they're doing table seating, all that stuff on that computer. Back here, I just ended up putting a little quick painting, which I thought was pretty cute. Again, this is right after I did some custom content shopping, so a lot of this is just me messing around with some new custom content. Put in that big rug that I just love. It looks so beautiful. And then over here, I put in some more benches just for waiting. In my head, this was kind of like a very popular pizza bar place. I kind of imagine it being pretty famous. Kind of in the realm of like that LA restaurant Nobu, if you ever heard of it. Just from my impression of what like a famous / celebrity restaurant may look like, I imagine it being, you know, pretty well designed and poppin', and yeah, that's why there's not like a lot of seating. Probably there's not enough for like a real restaurant to actually function or run. But I like the minimal amount of seating because it made it seem more exclusive to me, and that's definitely what I was going for. So out here, I ended up putting in 2 round tables with some benches, which would probably be, I don't know, it'd probably hurt your back after a while. I hate sitting on benches personally. I don't know, maybe I have back troubles, but well, they're Sims. They don't have back troubles. It's fine. And then I put another sitting space out here with another little entertainment area. I wasn't imagining they'd have like simultaneous performances like on the inside and the outside, but I imagine they would have, you know, more versatility this way by having these 2 different spaces. So depending on the band, depending on the performance, they can either perform outside or inside. And then I just put some rugs under those tables, and I replaced the lights with these low-hanging round lights, which I thought looked pretty cool. Then I went upstairs and did the bathroom really quick, put in a huge mirror. Didn't spend a lot of time on the bathroom. Retail bathrooms, in my experience, aren't super decorated unless it's like a really nice place, so I just kind of kept it pretty simple. And then I just decorated this hallway, again, pretty simply. I didn't want a lot of focus or attention up here, so I did, I guess you could say, the minimum amount of effort on the upstairs area, but I still thought I looked pretty good. And then here I put in what I imagine was the owner's office. I don't know, are there offices in restaurants? I don't know. I just kind of imagined that this one had this. Maybe it's a place that gets a lot of bookings and has a lot of traffic, so maybe he or she or they need to work in this actual building. And then I snuck in the chair up there, the grandpa chair that I love. I had to, snuck it in, there it is. Put a painting there and then some lights on the wall. And then up there I just popped in a mirror. And I believe that's the build. I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. This was really fun to make. I'll probably be making a lot more retail lots since I have this new custom content pack that's so cute. You guys should definitely check it out. But thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.